मिनिमाइज कीजिए ना,
एक मुझे बोलो कीजिए।
हो जाएगा
हो जाएगा।
हो जाएगा, टेंशन मत लो।
कीजिए।
मिनिमाइज कीजिए ना।
इसको क्या करें? स्क्रीन शेयर कर।
ठीक ठीक ठीक।
शेयर करिए ना, शेयर नहीं करेंगे?
हाँ कर दीजिए कर दीजिए। देखिए नहीं, इनको दिक्कत हो जाएगा ना।
क्या दिक्कत है?
हम्म?
क्या दिक्कत है?
अभी इनॉग्रेशन में बात है।
शेयर नहीं करना?
रहने दीजिए, फुल स्क्रीन कर दूँ।
उस रूम में देख लेते, ये से उस रूम में देख ले, 003 में देख ले। हाँ ठीक है। भाई तो देख फोटो रिक्वेस्ट करूँ डाइस का।
Will proceed. So let him sit wherever.
Sir, I request our chief guest, Shri R.K. Dhimanji, to please grace the occasion on the dais. Our director, sir, please. और भी जिनका नाम है सबको बुलाओ dais पे। बोलो बोलो।
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed dignitaries, respected faculty members, and dear participants, a very hearty good morning to each and every one of you present here. I, Shweta Nirmata,
I, Divya.
with immense pleasure and a profound sense of honor, we stand before you as anchors of this prestigious conference, the Icgeid 2024, to welcome you all at our glorious institution, Iit Patna. Today, our stage is graced by the presence of distinguished personalities who have made remarkable contribution in their respective fields. It is indeed an honor to welcome our chief guest, Additional Director General of Border Road Organization, Shri R.K. Dhiman, sir. His relentless dedication to infrastructure development in the challenging terrains is an inspiration for all of us here. His presence here adds an unparalleled significance to our gathering, and we are truly grateful for his time and support. Thank you, sir.
We are privileged to have us with our Honorable Director of Iit Patna, Professor T.N. Singh, whose visionary leadership has played a pivotal role in the success of our institute. We extend a warm welcome to you, sir, and thank you for being present here today. Adding to the illustrious list of dignitaries is the guest of honor, Honorable Director of CSIR CIMFR, Professor Arvind Mishra. Your commitment to scientific research and innovation is truly commendable. We are honored by your presence, sir. Please come on to the dais.
Our list of distinguished guests continues with the esteemed presence of Honorable Vice Chancellor of Cluster University of Jammu, Professor Bechan Lal. Your leadership in the academic realm is inspiring, and we are delighted to have you amongst us. So please come to the dais. We also have with us Professor Stephen Wilkinson from the International Academic Community, Director of Research at the University of Wollongong, Dubai. Your global perspective and expertise is invaluable, and we are honored to have with you, sir. So please come to the dais.
We also have with us the convener of Icgeid 2024 and head of Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering at Iit Patna, Dr. A.K. Verma. Your dedication and hard work in making this conference a reality are highly inspirational, sir. Please come on to the dais. Last but not least, we also welcome the co-convener of Icgeid 2024, Dr. Arvind Kumar Jha. We really appreciate all your efforts and commitment to making this conference a reality. Thank you all for being present here today. Certainly, the lighting of lamp is a symbolic and auspicious tradition that marks the beginning of many significant events. I now invite our esteemed dignitaries on the dais to join us in the ceremonial lighting of the lamp, signifying the enlightenment of knowledge and dispelling of darkness. Please, sir.
अभी वो करना है इसको ये
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Shri R.K. Dhiman, Additional Director General, Border Road Organization. As we continue with the ceremonial proceedings, it is now time to extend a formal welcome to our distinguished dignitaries on the dais. We express our gratitude for their presence here today by presenting them with tokens of appreciation. May I request the Honorable Director of IIT Patna, Professor T.N. Singh, to facilitate our esteemed chief guest, Shri R.K. Dhiman, Additional Director General, Border Road Organization, with a bouquet of flowers and a memento. Your presence is truly an honor, and we thank you for gracing us with your valuable time.
I request Honorable Director Iit Patna to extend a warm welcome to our guest of honor, Professor Arvind Mishra, Honorable Director CSIR CIMFR.
Continuing with the felicitation, I kindly request again our Honorable Director, sir, to welcome Continuing with the felicitation, I kindly request again our Honorable Director, sir, to welcome a bouquet and memento to Professor Bechan Lal, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Cluster University of Jammu.
May I now invite Head of Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering, Dr. A.K. Verma, to welcome and present a token of appreciation to our distinguished guest, Professor Stephen Wilkinson, Director of Research, University of Wollongong, Dubai. I would also request Convener Dr. A.K. Verma to kindly present a bouquet and memento to our Honorable Director, Professor T.N. Singh. Further, I would request the co-convener, Dr. Arvind Jha, to kindly present a bouquet and memento to the convener, Dr. A.K. Verma.
Now, I would request all our honorable guests present on the dais to kindly release the souvenir of our Icgeid 2024 conference.
With this, we mark the beginning of ICGEID 2024 beginning. Without further ado, let us begin this momentous occasion with the welcome address by convener ICGEID 2024 and Head of Department Civil and Environmental Engineering Iit Patna, Dr. A.K. Verma.
Good morning to all of you, and I welcome to all of you from my depth of the heart. Especially, you came to this place in this very bad weather. So I really welcome and appreciate your effort. I will play here dual role. I am the head of the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering and also the convener of this conference. So I'll just brief about our department. So the department is one of the new department which is established in 2013, and it offers a 4-year course of bachelor's degree. Total strength of the batch is around 243. It constitutes 5 independent disciplines offering PhD in structural engineering, geotechnical engineering, transportation, water resources, and environmental engineering. And the total strength of our PhD is currently 50. And it also offers 2-year course on master's degree in civil engineering, structural engineering, and geotechnical engineering. So there are 3 master's degree, and the total strength presently is 80 at this moment. And the department provides research and innovation and degree courses in all the geotechnical, railway engineering, water resource engineering, and environmental engineering. It has a total of 18 number of faculties with 1 professor, 4 associate professor, and 15 assistant professor who is doing research in various areas of civil engineering. Now, it is a pleasure and indeed a pleasure and momentous occasion for me as you gather here for inauguration of second international conference on geotechnical issues in energy infrastructure and disaster management 2024. I extend a heartfelt welcome to all the distinguished guests, respected faculties, scholars, participants, media who have graced this occasion with your presence. First, I would like to extend my warm welcome to our chief guest, Additional Director General of Border Road Organization, Shri R.K. Dhimanji. His remarkable service to the nation, particularly in the context of infrastructure development along the border areas, has been instrumental in ensuring connectivity in challenging terrains in Himalayan region. So we are honored by his presence and eagerly anticipate his insights during this conference. A special welcome to Professor Arvind Kumar Mishra ji, the Honorable Director of CSIR SIMFER, Central Institute of Mining and Fuel Research. His expertise and research in this field of have set new benchmarks, and we are grateful for his guidance and support in making this conference a reality. I extend a warm welcome to Professor Bechan Lal ji, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Cluster University Jammu, whose dedication to academic excellence and commitment in nurturing young minds is truly commendable. Our heartfelt welcome goes to our Honorable Director, Professor T.N. Singh ji. His visionary leadership and commitment to fostering cutting-edge research have greatly contributed to academic and research landscape. So this area of research is, the theme of this conference is very close to the heart of our Honorable Director, and he has personally taken interest to make this event successful. So we are very thankful to him. We are privileged to have us with Professor Stephen Wilkinson, the Director of Research at University of Wollongong, Dubai. His international perspective and research acumen will bring a valuable global dimension to our discussion. And apart from this, from the guest on the dais, I welcome to Professor Krzysztof from Poland, University of Felicitation. I welcome Professor Ramesh from Dubai, University of MIT University Dubai. I also welcome Professor Ramesh, our co-convener, and Professor R.K. Goel and Professor A.K. Singh, who has come far away from places in this bad weather to guide us and make this event successful. So this conference will provide a platform for engaging in technical discussion and interactions with esteemed subject experts hailing from diverse countries such as Poland, Dubai, Australia, UK, Iran, Malaysia, and Canada. I am pleased to inform you that we have received a total of 165 papers in this conference from various parts of the world. And the papers will be published by Springer in a special issue and book series. And this will provide a great opportunity, particularly from young researchers, to learn and interact with our esteemed speakers and delegates from different corners of the globe who are presenting the different geotechnical challenging issues in the conference. So with this, I'm again thankful and welcome to all of you. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir, for setting the tone for the significant event. Now, I invite the Honorable Director, sir, Professor T.N. Singh, to share his thoughts and insights with us.
The chief guest of the today function, Sri R.K. Dhiman, Additional Director, General Border Road Organization. My friend, Professor A.K. Misra, Director, CSIR Simfer. Professor Bechan Lal, very eminent bioscientist, not only in India, across the world, and presently Vice Chancellor of the Cluster University, Jammu. He is the founder director, Vice Chancellor of this university, where he has started from scratch and brings to a level where everybody now know what is the cluster university means. Professor Stephens, Wollongong University, Dubai campus director research. Dr. A.K. Burma, head of department and convener of this conference. Dr. A.K. Jha, co-convener of this conference, and he has the additional charge of head of department of IWD also. The eminent personalities from the various organizations, Professor A.K. Thakur, Dr. Ramesh, Dr. Goel, and many more. It gives me immense pleasure and satisfaction also that the convener and co-convener has worked hard with the Association of Simper and the University of Malaysia, where Dr. Ramesh is working, and all three organizations has worked tirelessly to make this event happen at this level. The weather is not very supporting. I cannot say it is a bad weather, but it is not a supporting weather. It is expected a little bit better conditions, but in spite of all, you all have come from the various parts of this world as well as from the India. I express my gratitude to all of you for coming from such a long distance in such a unsupportive weather. I'm extremely happy that this conference is not only this offline, but we have the online various experts who has missed the flight by any means, who is not able to get the visa from the various region. They are also associated with this conference and they will deliver their lecture from their respective place. So I'm thankful to all of those who are coming online also. The theme of the conference is geotechnical issue in energy, infrastructure and disaster. I think these three things are very, very important, and nobody on the earth can say they are not related to this, they are not concerned to this. Everybody wants energy and everybody is a consumer of energy. Without energy, it is very difficult for us to progress, to protect, and to survive in this universe. So that will be the topic which will be taken care by. Infrastructure, definitely you all have experience about the infrastructure development in the recent past. the rapid growth, better connectivity, better road condition, that has compelled us to even travel a longer distance by road. So the infrastructure in terms of meeting the energy requirement, in terms of making better connectivity, in terms of giving a better society for the tomorrow's people. So all these related to infrastructure and the disaster management. You cannot stop disaster in spite of your all efforts and the energy and the knowledge. What we can do, we can predict it, we can prevent it, we can minimize it, we can protect it from the disaster. I think all these three are connected with the survival of the human being. And I'm happy the experts from the various fields, various disciplines, they have all come across together and discuss and deliver something which will be useful for the society, and the recommendation will be certainly help not only for those who are related to this subject, but even the policy makers and this government organization. About the Patna already, this Honorable Head of Department has expressed this institution has been started in probably 6 August 1928, and we have started with the basic 3 departments, and we have growth, we have the 10 departments and multiple degree program. The students are near about 3,500 online and offline. If you can add all together, we are near about the 10,000 students are connected with this IIT Patna. We have a several MTech program. We have a PhD program. Being a new institution, second generation of IIT, we have crossed 100 marks of producing the PhD in the last year. And this year we are happy that we are near about 125. A few crores of the consultancy and R&D project has been received by various faculty members. That will be remarkable. Our per faculty impact on the research, which will be analyzed by the Elsevier publishers, that will be not less than any of this older or first generation of IIT. That is the remarkable achievement. We are progressing slowly, but rapidly. Also, you can say in terms of producing the patent and other things. Near about 100 patents are waiting to get their validation, their accreditation, and their certification. So, with these words, I have really no words to express my gratitude to all of you for coming in such a condition. But one thing which will be expressing, I must express, because it will be not honest from my side, if I cannot express some of the passage I have seen after several years in this galaxy, with whom I have worked from the various occasions and the various level. So this is not only giving opportunity to me to get my knowledge refreshed by their presence, but also and physically meeting with after a several year, and some of them are after decade. So most welcome to all of you, and I hope your stay will be comfortable, but I know in spite of all our efforts, there are some shortcoming. So if any shortcoming, please forgive me and excuse me, but if anything is good, you express your gratitude to convener and co-convener and this others, his team. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, I would like to request Professor Mishra to come forward and enlighten us with his knowledge.
Thank you very much. Please and good morning to everyone, and a very warm welcome on my personal behalf. Today's chief guest, Honorable Sri R.K. Dhimanji, ADG, Additional Director General of Border Road Organization, who happens to be my friend, my well-wisher as well. Professor T.N. Singh, Director, Iit Patna, who is a RC member of CSIR Simfer and a well-wisher of mine as well as of my institution. Honorable Sri Professor B. Lal, Vice Chancellor, Cluster University, Jammu. Honorable Professor Stephen Wilkinson, University of Wollongong, Dubai Center. Professor A.K. Verma, Head of the Department of Civil Engineering, IIT Patna. Professor A.K. Jha, Co-Convener, Department of Civil Engineering, IIT Patna. Other respected guests, faculty members of IIT Patna, as well as other academic institutes, those who are here, my fellow scientists from CSIR family, industry partners, I can see some of the industry partners, research scholars, dear students, a very warm welcome and a pleasant good morning to everyone. It's indeed my honor and privilege to be here on this occasion. I'm really grateful to the organizing committee as well as the convener, co-convener, and Professor T.N. Singh. Because of him, I'm standing in front of you all. In fact, the topic which is the second international conference on geotechnical issues in energy infrastructure and disaster management is a pertinent topic. Basically, when we look up the energy, the whole world, in fact, if you look up the Indian scenario, the accelerated growth which we are looking for, and the $5 trillion economy which we are assumed to achieve in, energy is the one which is driving the economy, propelling the economy. And if you look up the gamut or the mix of the energy which we are using in, globally around 84% goes to the fossil fuels. And in India, we have around 74%. And the renewables are upcoming. They are upcoming in a big way. Hydroelectric power projects, yes, a big potential. But at the same time, Himalayan territory, when we get into the Himalayan territory, the kind of geology it poses in, the kind of mysteries with which we do encounter, which in recent past we had seen, particularly at the Silkyara tunnel, which is the recent one. And then we had certain issues with other projects. So energy is very, very pertinent. And in context of energy, the geotechnical issues, particularly those related with the energy sector. If you look at the infrastructure, again, this is the fastest growing sector in the country. Excluding all this, the fastest growing sector, but at the same time, the kind of challenges, the kind of problems which is being faced by the infrastructure sector is humongous. It's great, and it is the requirement of intervention of science and technology, R&D intervention, and the intervention from the project execution from the day one when the project is being conceived. The academic institutions and research institutions are required to be associated from the day it is being conceived, and then it is being planned in and being executed. At every step, they are required to be associated. And we need to understand the intricacies which are involved. We need to understand the precursors. Basically, when we have any intervention, human intervention with the nature, nature has its own way to react sometimes, to respond sometimes. And it is our understanding, our knowledge with which we can contain it. But sometimes we do fail, reason being, probably we do not come up with a plan, or maybe it's a costly affair, or maybe time constraint is there, that we do not pick up the precursors being provided by the mother nature before any accident, before any failure, before any major disaster. So that is what I think this platform will provide us to understand. And there is no such problem as such. This is my personal belief, that there is no problem which exists in the world for which we do not have a engineering solution. Technical solution doesn't exist. There is no such problem. But what matters is whether we do have the knowledge, whether we do have the right spirit, whether we do have the capital or the time which is available to us. So these are few points which really make the job as a scientist, as an academician, to execute. And the disaster management, the kind of disaster managements, the kind of disasters which we had seen in the recent past. And it is pertinent for us to get into the root cause analysis, to really understand what might have triggered the kind of disaster which we had seen in. Let it be, for a few burning examples, we can see like Joshimath, this morning while I was at the breakfast table, we were talking about Joshimath, that what were the reasons and what is the mitigation or what are the ways with which we can handle it. So yes, it's a big issue which has come up for whole of the city of Joshimath. Those who are from Uttarakhand and from India, they are very well aware of. I'm not sure about my foreign partners and friends. So Joshimath is one burning example. Then we had in Northeast Sikkim, as well as in Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, the cloudbursts and the fresh floods which we got in. And the kind of, rock burst which we have experienced in some of the projects, the landslides, the earthquakes. So these are, some of the parameters or some of the issues or concerns which are very, very pertinent, which need to be understood thoroughly. We need to understand the root cause, what really caused. We need to do, a detailed investigation, understand it, and make sure that it doesn't repeat in future. So I think this is a great platform, and I'm really, really thankful to the organizers for inviting me here and being part of this conference. I'm thankful to Professor T.N. Singh. Thank you very much to all those who are present here. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your insights with us. Continuing with the inaugural address, may I now invite Professor Bechan Lal, Vice Chancellor, Cluster University of Jammu, onto the stage.
Very good morning to everyone. Sri R.K. Dhimanji, Chief Guest of the Functions, ADG BRO, Honorable Professor T.N. Singh, the worthy Director of Iit Patna, Professor Arvind Misra ji, Director of SIMPHR, Professor Stephen, Director of Research, Bangalore University, Dr. Amit Burma, Dr. Arvind Misra, distinguished guests, delegates across the globe, dear research scholars and their students. At the very outset, I express my sincere gratitude and convey cordial thanks to Professor T.N. Singh and Dr. Burma for inviting me to share my experiences with this galaxy of scientists. In fact, about 2 months back, when Dr. Burma asked me to join this function, I was a little hesitant because I felt myself odd man out, because I am not a geoengineer. I'm also not a technician. I'm basically, as said, I'm a biologist. But instantly, it occurred to my mind that I must share my experiences and concern what I have experienced in last 3 years in J&K in a very fragile Himalayan region. In fact, I have been touring, I have been going in different parts of the J&K, geographically difficult areas, and I have realized, I have felt the intense desire of the local inhabitants to be contiguous with the infrastructural development in the country. But at the same time, there has been a various disaster also. So these two things has gone together. J&K is not only culturally rich, it in fact represents a very diverse ecological landscape. It also represents a very dynamic climatic conditions that has posed a great concern to the local habitants, life of the local habitants. In fact, some of the data I would like to mention here that in J&K region, approximately 15% of area which falls under seismic zone 4th and 5th, indicating that region is vulnerable to high frequency of earthquake. Between 89 to 90, a total of 170 earthquake events were recorded in J&K, and in recent days, a major earthquake in year 2005 of a magnitude of 7.6 Richter scale in the northwest Himalayan impacted Pakistan and part of the Kashmir region, caused loss of thousands of population, thousands of people. The available data also suggests that J&K region is also influenced by extreme high precipitations, cloud burst, and frequent flood activities which has caused loss and damage of properties and human casualties. Moreover, either in combination or individually, the natural hazard such as heavy rainfall, cloud burst, and the earthquake, which very often trigger landslides. For example, a catastrophic event of extremely high rainfall during the first week of September 2014 in the Sadgal village of Udhampur districts triggered large-scale landfall, rockfall type landslide and caused loss of properties and human lives. In another study conducted during the period 1990 to 2020 in the region along the National Highway NH 2044 has suggested that a major factor inducing the landslide may be the region. Apart from this, in recent days, the fast changing climatic conditions has added to the disasters. The unplanned growth, the blind development has caused a very serious threat to the life of the humans and the property losses. In fact, there has to be a balance between greed and need of the human. And of course, the desire is there, aspiration is there to have all the infrastructural developments in every region, but there has to be a balance. In fact, the very little study in the geomorphological and geographical characteristics of the J&K region has, in fact, impeded the progress in developing the strategies to mitigate the disaster management. In fact, I am quite confident the researchers present here in the hall, and particularly the potentials of the Indian universities and the researchers will be able to develop certain alarm system, certain preparedness strategy so that we can meet out the disasters which is taking place very fast with the fast developing our infrastructural conditions. In this regard, I'd like to mention one example that how we have capability. Since we have forgotten, it is just a matter to remind. I would like to take you one example by William Adam. If you go and Google, you'll find that in 18th century, the total GDP contribution of the India to the world GDP was around 25% or even more. And this all was because of the knowledge economy of the institutes, research institutes, higher research centers. In 1832, a committee was constituted by the Britishers to study the indigenous Indian knowledge systems, which was in fact found to be the basis of very high growth rate of the India, which was contributing immensely in the world GDP. And then they in fact took almost 3 years. They collected the data all across the country, and they have submitted almost about the 1700-page report. They were called also into the House of Lords for discussions. I'm not talking of all, but some of the things which is more concerned with the present day topic, I would like to mention. How this Indian institutes had been a very crucial in playing major role in developing the growth of the country. India is also now committing toward itself to the developed India by 2047. So we have to understand, we have to go into that. In the report, they said that there was about more than thousands institute of higher learning which they were contributing to the society directly. Their researchers, their acharya, in fact, in those days they were not called as institutes of higher learning or research. They were called as gurukulas. So these gurukulas played role. And they have mentioned several examples. I will mention here just because of the paucity of time. Two. The one which was in Amaravati, there was one Gurukul in the Amaravati. It's mentioned in that report that was a pioneer center for the metallurgy research. How to extract various metals from the ores. And they were able to develop a very high quality iron. The example is still in the Mehrauli, the iron pillar. It's a rust resistant. It's hundreds of more than, it was established by the Chandragupta. It's more than thousands of years, there is no rust. So that technology is the Indian researchers, is the Indian Acharya professors that developed. That is mentioned there. Another example, what he has given about the civil engineering, that in 1236, there was one dam constructed by a Gurukul which was situated at the bank of Kaveri. The Kaveri is supposed to be a very fast flowing river. The technology they developed for constructing that dam, and the dam was supposed to be the biggest at that time in the world, and perhaps the first in the world, constructed by the teachers and the students. They contributed directly to the society. So they did not build a straight wall. They developed a zigzag. And the remnants of that damage is still there. They simply constructed that with the help of the stone and the lime. So that technology we had, that capability we had, there are several such examples. They have described that almost more than thousands of such gurukulas were there. They were specialized in a very specific areas. So that way, We have capability, but we have to work together. I think this forum present over here will certainly come out with certain recommendation, certain systems which can help to develop certain strategy to meet out the challenges posed by the various disasters. Because development is desire, it's aspiration, it's needed also. But that brings altogether some more negative impacts also. So we have to make a balance between greed and need. We have to be a little cautious how to build it. Very recently, I read a news in newspaper that the Sri Nitin Gadkari ji, he told that one of the major cause for the major heavy toll on the highways is due to the certain faulty geotechnical engineering or civil engineering. So we have to mind it. We have to be careful about it. So with this, I would like to once again thank Professor T.N. Singh ji, Dr. Burma and his team for inviting me to share my experiences and concern. In fact, it's my concern. I cannot help. I am not directly that technical engineer or the engineer, so I can appeal. I thought that it will be a proper forum where I can express some of the experiences which I have felt in J&K and request you all to develop certain studies so that we can save life of millions and the properties. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to request Professor Stephen Wilkinson, Director of Research, University of Wollongong, Dubai. Professor Wilkinson, stage is yours.
Distinguished and honored guests, the organizing committee, the conveners, and delegates here in this room, my thanks to you and good morning to you. Welcome. I think that this is a very exciting conference, given the three topics are critical to how things are going to develop over the next several decades across the world. We are looking here at energy. We have an energy transition which is going on. The energy infrastructure that we're currently using is going to be replaced over the next decades, and we are required to design and build things that are going to last, or that have a full life cycle to them so that we can then replace them. We're looking to do that with minimal waste. We're looking to do that in new ways that we have not done before. So the whole approach to engineering is changing over the next few years. And energy is one of those areas where what we have will be replaced across the world. We also have here infrastructure, the second of the topics for the conference, which is also very important given we have the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. We've got zero poverty and no hunger as the first two of those goals. And key to achieving those goals is the development of good infrastructure across the world. There are countries, particularly in Africa, where 90% of the required infrastructure for the population, as will be as populations grow, still needs to be built. So a huge amount of infrastructure development that needs to go on across the world. And it needs to be safe, it needs to be built specifically for the environment that it's in, and it needs to be designed again so that it is sustainable, so that it can be built and maintained and rebuilt in a cyclical way. A real challenge to engineers now and into the future. The last element, disasters. This is part of what geotechnical engineers do that will remain really significant as we go into the future. If we look at how we deal with design, there has been this move now towards AI. We're going through, as I said, a time of vision. We've got the UN Sustainable Development Goals. We've got this zero carbon by somewhere around the middle of this century. And we've also got the AI revolution, which is going on at the moment. And there is moves towards using these specialist tools within engineering. But as we then look at risk and look at the challenges around the legal framework for design, the tools are second place to human judgment, and engineering design becomes something more human using those tools. So particularly where we're looking at areas where there are risks, where disasters can happen, it is our judgment, the judgment of everyone in this room who's working on engineering problems, which is highly significant. So I must commend the organizers of this conference for picking these three incredibly significant subjects. And I'm really looking forward to being in the panels, being in the sessions, and seeing the research that is being carried out in these areas. It's going to be an amazing conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you so much, sir, for your global insights.
Now, I would like to request our chief guest, Shri R.K. Dhiman sir, Additional Director General, Border Road Organization, to give his insightful thoughts for all of us. Please come, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Respected Professor T.N. Singh and other guests on the dais. First of all, I am very much delighted to be here representing the issue of Border Road Organization. We in Border Road Organization are working in Northeast and Western part of the country. In fact, the topic is very relevant today. We are the first responder in all the disaster, mostly in hill area. Maybe the recent incident of Sikkim and in Silkyara also, BRO team was silently working, assisting the logistic part in all the various locations in the country. So these topics, I'll just want to share a few things which we are facing. The pre-investigation is one of the area which we have been insisting upon, because we are working in tunnel, we are working in airfield, we are working in long span bridges. And few bridges in the country which we have made, they are the toughest in the country. Why I'm telling this? We have made a bridges on bold river strata, for which right now we are not having any direct formula to go for the foundation depth. So when we go for the pre-investigation issue, model study, those results, in few cases, we have carried out model study before start of bridge, then during construction also. Then somehow in between, our engineer collected certain data of the field, and based on the data study, we have developed one formula which I'll share today when I'll make my presentation as a keynote speaker. So in the pre-investigation infrastructure projects, the larger requirement for us is the cost optimization. The cost optimization we are seeing from the government side, that whenever we are making the proposal, if we have a right choice, right type of strata anticipation, we can optimize the cost from the very beginning. Once you award the work, and then whatever is being encountered and what is being quoted by the construction agency, there's a lot of variation. So my thrust would be that all the investigation which we are doing, and that need to be to the closer extent that like in tunnel construction, we are preparing the geological data detail like GBR, geological baseline record. So those strata need to be correct. So I would be requesting all the engineer or the academician in the institute that whatever possible in the pre-investigation, it is required for us, because we in the country border road origin are dealing with the toughest projects from the geotechnical point of view. We have a road in Ladakh that is in permafrost condition. Throughout the year, even in the June, you cannot cross that area. It is full of snow. And most of the area we are working, if we see, we are working plus 50° to minus 50° temperature condition. So first of all, I want to convey through this forum that any one of you want to visit our site as a student, academician, or research angle, any of our site where we can provide data for research also. Like we had made a Atal tunnel, that is the longest tunnel in the world at this altitude. The portal level is 3000 meter, both the portal, north and south portal. Incidentally, both the portal, these air pressure is difference in Manali side and Lahore side. So we are seeing some certain other issue which may be helpful to the ventilation. Today I'll share with the concerned professor if that idea can be taken to reduce the cost of ventilation system in the tunneling. That is possible when both the portal has a different pressure, air pressure in this. Then during construction of Atal tunnel, we had a very serious problem of one of the nala was there flowing on the top of the tunnel. That is the Siri Nala. We took almost the input from all the expert from the country. We started tunnel in 2010 and we could complete in 2020. So that simple problem, it was not simple that time. Now it looks simple, but it took 4 years for us. That is why now, after completion of tunnel, we organize webinar for all institute in the country, all IIT, NIT, and other prominent institute to share our knowledge of what we have learned in that tunneling. So all the documents are available on BRO site. Anybody can open, they can download. If there's any problem, they can contact us. We'll give you that full document. And it is not only good for learning the tunneling, but it is for something if you want to have a data. For us, sharing data with the institute is not an issue. We are not a commercial organization. We'll happily give whatever all the face log of all the locations or any other information. So we want to, basic aim with us is we want to refine those results so that we are taking a lot of tunnel in hill area. Right now, one more tunnel is under planning. That is a Shinkla tunnel. The portal level of that tunnel is around 4,500 meters. So this is again going to be highest in the world, 4.1 kilometer tunnel at this altitude. So with those input, I would be happy if somebody from the institute, especially I'll request the student who are taking research in the tunneling, if they want to, especially in the form of geotechnical, if they want to come to us, we'll provide you access to visit there, and whatever help on the site is possible, that we'll be doing. This is going to give us a lot of saving for our project coming. Then landslide, of course, is a big issue for us, slope stabilization. Those sites are also with us. Then few of the site, we are interacting with the institutes, and we are making cut and cover tunnel also, few locations. Then there are many locations where we were working, the cutting of rock was very difficult. So we had a agreement with Simfer, Dhanbad. They provided a lot of support to us, and it not only reduced the cost of our projects, so it has reduced the time of completion also. So such type of interaction, the organization is ready. Then we will be happy to share this, and even our previous report also we can give for if we want to take for the further research. Now, like recent incident, Professor Mishra mentioned about Silkyara tunnel also. So this is one of the another interesting area for us. First is the geological angle, that what has happened and how we can address such issue in future. And there is certain another requirement that if such thing happens in other cases in future, what can be the SOP in the country? How fast we can handle these type of things? So that any idea which we can have from any of the engineer in the audience, they can share. I'll share because there's a committee is already formed by the Government of India to optimize the cost of tunneling in the country and to handle such rescue operation. So any innovative out-of-box solution that can also be very helpful for us. Then we Border Road as a organization has constructed more than 60,000 kilometers of road in the various part of the country, and we have completed the 900 bridges. And you may be knowing that out of the 13 highest passes in the country, and 11 are in our country. So those there's a one famous Mlingla Pass in Ladakh, that is the highest road in the world. So these are the few statistics. Otherwise, because we are now getting involved in the whatever the data we are carrying, we want to take this data to the institute so that they can give us certain idea with which we can do optimization in cost, especially in tunneling. I can just say that in few years, at least like Manali Leh Road, there are number of tunnels we are planning. The few tunnels are length is 13 kilometers. It's not a issue of only geology. The putting person on those altitude, working in that altitude is a very difficult. We need a very high fitness standard of the people also in that. So apart from the equipment, the human resource that is itself is very important for us. Even right now, sending our people to such location is very difficult. So any these type of cost optimization will certainly not only reduce the cost overall of the project, but certainly we will have a good approach to all the inside or tough area. There are a lot of resources are there, mineral resources are there. We can have approachability to this. So I would request that this type of thing, any data, any information, any old project which we are having, you can ask us. Then there's another site, I don't know if you have seen, there's a place called Kuni Nala on Jammu to Srinagar highway. We had a very difficult slope stabilization problem there. So around, I think 30 years back, we got a solution there from the IIT Roorkee. So that was quite workable. Whenever the boulder used to fall from the top of the hill, we had created one buffer with the help of the rope. So it will just fell on those buffer area, only then it will go to the, at least 90% of the boulder which earlier used to fall on our road, and one of the occasion, the big boulder fell on our one of the deck of the bridge. It made a hole of 2 meter dia. So with that, our connectivity got disturbed. So though, because incidentally, since the extreme condition are very extreme in our area, I am very sure a small visit to our area, maybe to Tawang, maybe to Ladakh, maybe to Sikkim, will be
यूपीएस को चेंज करना है
very useful to our engineer. So with this, I'm sure that the deliberation in this conference will be very useful, especially I am looking from the organization point of view. We will get a good takeaway for our optimization of cost and some out of box solution. I brought problem statement also, so I'll share again, I mentioned. So I, on my behalf and from Director General Border Road side, extend good wishes to the organization. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, Shri R.K. Dhiman sir, for gracing us with your presence and profound words. As we conclude the inaugural session, I would like to invite our co-convener, Icgeid 2024, Dr. Arvind Jha, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Namaste. Good morning to one and all. Chief guest of the event, Additional Director General, BRO, Sri R.K. Dhiman sir. Honorable Director of IIT Patna and Chief Patron of this event, Professor T.N. Singh sir. Distinguished guest, Director Research, University of Wollongong, Dubai, Professor Stephen Wilkinson, and Vice Chancellor of Cluster University of Jammu and Kashmir, Professor B. Lal sir. Guest of honor, Director CSIR Simphar, Professor Arvind Kumar Mishra sir. HOD Civil and Environmental Engineering and convener of this event, Dr. A.K. Verma sir. Professors, delegates, scientists, faculty member, research scholar, and dear participants. On behalf of organizing committee of this Icgeid 2024, jointly organized by IIT Patna, CSIR Simphar, and UTM Geotropic Institute Malaysia, I feel honored and privileged to stand in front of you for the expression of thanks in this inaugural session. Let me begin with unreserved and expression of gratitude to the chief guest of the event, Sri R.K. Dhiman sir, Professor Stephen Wilkinson, Professor Bechalal sir, Professor Arvind Kumar Mishra sir, for accepting our invitation to grace this inaugural function and enlighten us with the word of wisdom. Organizing committee would like to acknowledge and thanks to prominent keynote and the theme speaker who spared time for their extremely busy schedule to visit at IIT Patna even in the unfavorable climatic condition for delivering the lectures. This program received the best and the unconditional support from the institute management, in particular from Honorable Director Professor T.N. Singh, who is the chief patron of this event, for supporting this conference in all aspects. We find ourselves indebted to his critical assessment of each and every aspects and the persistent encouragement in shaping and successfully conducting the event at this scale. Thank you very much, sir. Keep guiding us in the future as well. Organizing committee would like to thank the Office of the Research and Development, Administration, Resources, Academics, IWD, Computer Center, and the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering, IIT Patna, for their generous help and the support in conducting this event. We are very thankful to our sponsor, Mega Ferry, Garware Innovative Solutions, Pioneer Foundation Engineering Private Limited, CAD-FAM Analysis, Geobug, PMT Infrastructure, SCUB, MIAC, Terre Army, and all other sponsors for their technical and the financial support. Our student team deserves a very sincere thanks for their tirelessly efforts that they have put in last 2-3 months in all aspects of this event. Thank you once again to all my student teams. Last but not least, organizing committee would like to appreciate and thanks to one and all for supporting this event in any ways, directly or indirectly. Let me end my thanks note of this inaugural session by extending a warm wishes to all, hoping you will enjoy 3 days stay at IIT Patna. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we stand united in the spirit of knowledge, collaboration, and progress, it is fitting that we commence this distinguished conference by honoring our nation. I request you all to raise as we observe a moment of pride and unity to the rendition of our national anthem.
शुभ नाम में जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाए तब जय गाथा जय भारत भाग्य विधाता
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for being part of this momentous occasion. We look forward to engaging discussions and fruitful interactions throughout the conference. Thank you all.
I request everyone to reach outside for photo session in the garden area outside.